Hey everyone, Joe here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those of you that usually stop by, and welcome to those of you that just stumbled on me today too. My name is Joe, and in my channel I do a lot of seasonal decorating and other kinds of around the house things, and my wife does some cooking. We do some talking and shopping and stuff like that. So if you like that, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. I have 13,000 subscribers and I'm going for that 15. I'd love 20, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm starting to push for more subscribers again. During Christmas time, I gained a lot of subscribers thanks to Liz by Traditions of the Seasons and Traditions by the Seasons, I should say. Painted South, Deborah, and Arlen at Arlen's Country Craft Corner, of course, all gave me shout outs, and it helped my channel grow, and I'm looking for it to grow again. So anyway, what I'm about to embark on is some spring things around the house. So some of them will be Easter, some of them will just be some, moving some things around. This year I decided to separate Easter from spring. So I'm going to actually be doing an Easter little mini series and then a spring mini series. And today what we're going to start on is the mantle in the family room. And I'm kind of winging it. For those of you that know me, know that I usually do sketches so that I don't go, too far beyond what my thought is and what actual things I have to work with. I'm big on using things that I have. I don't go out and buy a lot of things, so if you like that kind of stuff, you're going to like what I do. I just recycle a lot of things over and over. I do get a couple here and there, but not that much, that it's going to break the bank or anything like that. So what I decided to do this year in this area in the family room is I thought I would make kind of like a fantasy kind of little vignette. So it's going to take me a few videos to get this all done. My thoughts are, to do my mantle, and then I'm going to have a scene down here on the bottom with some bunnies and some whimsical looking things, and then on these two tables that are on each side of the fireplace as well, I'm going to continue with that whimsy kind of look. Okay, so enough talking. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, again, for those of you that know me, you know this trick that I use. A lot of times you put stuff on your mantle, and if it's a little bit too heavy, it can wind up coming down, especially with the state of the 3M hooks lately. I don't really care for them that much anymore. They really don't hold like they used to. So what I have for this mantle, this is for this mantle. I have another one for my other mantle. But what I did was I took this board, and it's really heavy. It's a heavy board. And as you can see, I put nails in it every, looks about every 4 inches or so. And what that does is it gives me the opportunity to hang things on here that I know are not going to fall down. So this board measures exactly for this mantle, and what I do is I'm going to keep it here, right here, so you're not going to see it once the stuff is on it. Now obviously you could paint it white if you want. It doesn't matter to me because once I put the stuff on, you really don't see it, and it kind of blends in with my brown wall. So that's a good trick for those of you that have had trouble with things falling off your mantle. Okay, so next as a base, I'm going to use a piece of this Christmas garland, and I actually hate taking it back out, to tell you the truth, because I'm still cleaning up these little things all over, and they drive Marianne, that's my wife, crazy. But I need it as a base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this really thin piece of Walmart garland here, and I'm going to attach it to those nails so that I have something that I can sink other things into. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you see I have that garland up. It's just made a mess already. And I'm trying to get this up before it goes everywhere, because it just never goes away. So anyway, what I did was, as you can see, I put the garland up on those nails. I, twisted it onto the nails, and we don't want to see that garland. When we're done with this, we don't want to see it because we don't want it to look like Christmas, and we just want it to be used as a base. Okay, so I'm cleaning this mess up right now, and I'll be back with the next layer. All right, so next I'm going to start inserting some greenery. And, you know, like I use this at other times of the year. I might use it in the summer hidden or even in the fall. And I even had it in some of my winter decor. But what makes it look like spring is, if you notice, is that you have the darker green and then you have the lighter edges on the end, and that makes it look like new growth is happening. So if you have, you know, greenery like this, take a look through your stash, what you have, and see if you have anything that has a lighter green tip on the edge, and you can incorporate that into your spring decor. So I'm going to start adding pieces like this within that garland. Okay, so you see what I'm starting to do is I started in the center here, and I had two like pieces. So I put one this way and one this way. And what I'm doing is I'm taking some of this from the garland and I'm using it to twist tie it in so that you know, it stays in place. So I'm going to try to go for like a cascading kind of a look, just so it looks like, you know, it's, you know how it looks like when spring starts and everything starts growing, and it's just like. All right, so I also added in two cascading pieces on each end as well. So now what I think I'm going to do is I have some forsythia, because that's very spring-like. I'm doing a lot of yellows in here this year. So I'm going to start inserting some of this forsythia, you know, in here as well. Let me do that. Okay, so I added some forsythia in there, and I forgot to mention, because I always like to mention this, when you're doing your mantle, and if you have your TV above your mantle, be really careful, because right here in the center, there's a little strip there that reads your remote. So you don't want to put anything there that's going to interfere with your viewing pleasure. So, you know, you don't want to do something and then have to take it down. So do it and then check it. I'm going to sit down here where you can't see me. I'm going to turn the TV on to make sure it works. Yep, okay. And it's working from where I'm sitting, so that'll be fine. Because once I did that, you know, I forgot about it because I got all carried away with what I was doing, and it was a problem. I had to flatten everything out. So test it before you do that. See, so this might be a little bit too high right here, but as you can see, I'm starting to disguise that garland already. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some of these yellow tulips, because to me, nothing says Easter more than tulips. So what I did was I took you know, a bunch of them, and I just cut them into workable sizes. Okay, so next, what would it be without, it's Easter, right? What would it be without Easter eggs? So what I'm going to do is I have these Easter eggs from the Dollar Zone, and they have a little bit of a glisten to them. Some of them are pink and green, some of them are blue and green. I have a few different ones. Some of them, this one is orange and pink. I'm going to see how these look in there. I'm going to try to incorporate these into that. I added in the Easter eggs. You can see that. I'll give you a close-up look in a little while. And I think just to break it up a little bit more, I'm going to add these in that I got from the Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. And I cut them up into these little pieces, and I'm just going to add those in as well. You can see right here, I added a piece of ivy in too, just to give it more, you know, of a, just more texture. I don't know why I can't find my ivy. I don't know if I put it with my fall stuff, so it shouldn't be, but who knows? I have to look for it. I wanted to add a little bit more in, but I'm going to continue to put these in. Just going to like randomly, you know, put them in on these empty spaces right here to hide a little bit more of that, you know, the garland. I don't want to see that, and then that'll be it. Okay, so I found my ivy. They were in a box underneath the boxwood wreaths. So I'm going to incorporate this. And this is a really nice looking ivy. It almost looks like a wooden, you know, branch on it. So I'm going to incorporate that into that. Okay, so here is the finished mantle so far. Let me take a close-up look for you. And you can see I have the cascading on each end, like I said, and then I added in the forsythia and the tulips and those other pink flowers. They kind of look like an azalea flower. I don't know really what they are. And then I added in these styrofoam eggs as well. And then I added in the ivy just to give it more of a spring kind of a fullness. In the center right here, I put this rotating egg just to give, the happy Easter on the mantle here, and coming down the other end. That red in the background, that's the television is on. I just didn't want that black screen for you to see. It's a bunch of tulips on the screen. So you can see, and then I echoed it down this other end right here. So let me back up right here so you can see this, what it looks like. Okay, and so that's it. That is the mantle for Easter. And I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please come back and join me as I continue down there on the bottom with my whimsical scene that I'm going to be creating. And like always, thanks for stopping by. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye.